title who could have a best and a worst of itself, just pretty much on its own. Jujutsu Kaisen and what it did this year. It could have a best and a worst of its own. We could be doing the best and worst of Jujutsu Kaisen of 2024 all on its own, because that is how Jujutsu Kaisen was in 2024.
It had some highs. It had some lows.
It had questions.
It had questions. It had some mids. It was a roller coaster of a ride. I'll say that for the least.
I'm going to So Jujutsu Kaisen ended this year. In fact, it ended specifically in Shonen Jump. Oh, it doesn't show you the date. It ended September 29th in Shonen Jump. But I'm going to go to, so this should rethink everyone's memory. I'm going to go, what was the first chapter that was released this year, and let you know what happened. The first chapter this year that was released was my man, what's his name? The lawyer.
Higuruma?
Yeah, throwing the sword to Yuji to use. Do you know the sword that was supposed to be the one-hit shot that killed him? That was the first chapter.
Start of the year.
That was the start of the year. And then immediately next chapter, of course, it doesn't fucking kill him. There's 30 more chapters.
What the fuck? All right, bro.
So that was the first chapter released this year.
Hey man, sometimes you gotta go into the
there's no.
Sometimes you gotta go to the lawyer world to get the secret sword to kill the demon king.
There is
sometimes you just gotta do that.
There's no sometimes fuck it for the best and the worst of this year. It is either the best or it is the worst. So many things happen. We got the return.
I gotta fall on my sword. I gotta stay with the best, because
you wouldn't be the only one falling on your damn sword in this damn series at this point. Because we got so many people who actually fell on their sword. What's my man's name? Yuta Okotsu. Boy, in my opinion, went out sad this year. The Yuta Okotsu lore to me, when he took his brain out and he put it in the body of that man and started using his limbs to do all his stuff, that is when I was like, oh, all right. The Steve Harvey thing of like, oh, you're crazy. That is me this year with Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh, man, listen, sometimes you gotta.
This isn't best or worst. This is just Jujutsu Kaisen.
This is just venting at this point.
You gotta put your brain in your homeboy's body to beat up the bigger villain because he got more powers than you. Sometimes you just gotta do it. You ain't never done that before. I don't know. Maybe you should live a little.
Put your brain in 80's body and see what the fuck goes on. How about that?
I'll be smart as hell, and I'll be a demon on the edge. I'll be a demon.
Hey, you use your body for
a front line would never want to see me coming. That's all I gotta say.
To the final chapters.
Would never.
How about this? What was the peak of the final chapters of Jujutsu Kaisen for both of you guys? Since we're heading towards the last year we covered the Gojo versus Sukuna. It is over. This year, the return of Yuta, the return of Maki, the return of Miguel, the return of so many other people. The fight that never happened between the old lady and the Puerto Rican guy. So many things happened. What would you say was the peak moment for you during this period?
For me, it's like two peak moments. It's finally
it.
Getting Yuta's domain expansion and him being able to use everybody's curse technique. That was kind of like one of the hardest moments. It was. Come on, man. It was.
No, I can't wait.
No, everybody.
To wait for this.
We're gonna get to the end of another certain manga, and I can't wait to bring up. Goddamn.
Wait for the end of it, and it's like I actually can use any curse technique. It's like, all right, cool move, guys.
No, man, I want to hear it.
No, it's that one. Is that when? And then Miguel's curse technique of him being a break dancer, but like every move him is him buffing. Like those probably my two peak moments. Like
Mm.
I appreciate both of those.
LJ, peak moments of the end of Jujutsu Kaisen this year.
Peak moment. My boy Toto coming back on his. I gotta get more cowbell. More cowbell, baby.
Stuck a new thing in his arm and said, "You know what?
More cowbell, baby."
We clap at this now.
I put my pants on one leg at a time. But when I got my pants on, I make hit records.
Notice how there's a moment that happened and we can't even call it a peak moment just because of the way that it happened. Like
what?
Which one?
Sukuna dying?
The one, no, not that one. The one that at that point it was like 5 more chapters left, and then the very next week we get Nobara coming back, but it's like,
oh yeah,
Nobara came back. Come on, man, with the eye.
But it was like 5 chapters left, and it's like at the very end of the fight, and it's like, oh, we only gave her 15 minutes to work. She woke up 15 minutes ago, and we gotta already suit her up for this moment, like.
Sometimes, hey, listen. Sometimes you just got to get thrown into the game. There ain't no warm ups.
This was some bullshit, in my opinion. The series was some bullshit.
No, it's.
Don't get me wrong. The peaks are the peaks are.
In 2024 arguing about this anymore.
The peaks are the peaks, but the whole like we're establishing things after you've seen them conveniently. We discussed it beforehand. Thing to me was not fire, but the moments are fire. The Nobara moment is fire. The Yuji kind of finding his own agency and thing, taking Sukuna into his domain and stuff is fire. What else was fire? I guess Higuruma was fire. He was cool.
You know what I'm saying? There's some good
death
moments.
Death of Choso, but also revival of the guy like. The better brother died, in my opinion. In my opinion. And then what the fuck happened at the end? It was just like, this is my Jujutsu Kaisen kind of ending. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
that was kind of it.
I'm sorry I smoked your dad. Come on, man.
Very unfire.
Right, whatever. Move on. No, we're moving on. Let's go to the other one. Let's talk about the other one that ended.
Well, let's talk about the other ending. The ending that came before this one, My Hero Academia. It ended this year. Talk about it. I mean,
yeah, my boy Deku flipping burgers. My boy Deku being
The memes are the best part about this one.
He worked. Hey, listen, my boy Deku working the ISS room. He working in-room suspension.
He is a teacher, just like everyone can grow up. Everyone knows at least 5 teachers. We never thought we'd grow up with knowing this many teachers, but everyone knows someone who just went into teaching. You know what I'm saying? Just like, fuck it. Graduated from college, just somehow a teacher. You know what I'm saying?
He a para assistant. He working in the level 5 classrooms. He working in the classrooms. They don't have doorknobs on the outside. The
first chapter for My Hero Academia that released this year. Let's see. It wasn't that many that released this year. Chapter 411. It was the chapter where Shigaraki steals the 9th. And they're like, oh my god, he can steal our quirks. And he starts stealing the 9th. And then Deku eventually learns, like, I can actually throw my quirks at him and get inside and then, save him from the inside and all that other jazz like that. Listen, to me, again, I love this ending. It just is what it is. The callbacks, the battle, the ending thing, all the other students coming to help in the final sequence. The posts, you get a little post thing. We all grown up now. We got jobs. I'm the number 8 hero. I'm the number 11th hero. My Hero Academia ending was a good ending. And it was sad that it was ending, but it definitely ended. Without as many questions as they didn't have as many.
Did they have as many hiccups down the road as My Beloved? No.
Nah, I think
But did they have a cool sword at the end that can one hit kill a demon? No. So who's really
Deku
the
lost
losers
both of his
here?
arms. We got the
Yeah, he was running like a Naruto character.
The big twist at the end that it was All For One who actually gave Shigaraki his quirk and took his original quirk away from him. We don't know what his original quirk ends up being, but we got that twist at the end. There's so many different things that happen at the end. I think this is going to be a great ending, but I would say vastly different from Jujutsu Kaisen. But I think it satisfies the Jujutsu Kaisen ending. I think satisfied its audience in a certain way, and then My Hero Academia ending satisfied its audience in a certain way. Yeah. But I don't know if they satisfied. Like I don't know if Jujutsu Kaisen was satisfied what happened behind My Hero Academia. And
let's be real.
I'll say
Jujutsu Kaisen barely satisfied anyone's. The conversation around it was horrible. That's what I said. I give up.
Yeah, I'll say My Hero has the more satisfying, especially like even the post epilogue chapter that came out with the volume. Like, he got the girl in the end. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Start a little insecure, you know what I'm saying? But like My Hero insecure. So that was dope. Unfortunately, no one really died. You got the end of Dabi. Yeah. Dabi didn't even die. Wasn't that crazy? He just turned into like a tree.
That nigga just wanted to be cold. He wanted cold soba. That's all he wants now. His dysfunctional family gets their happy ending.
Toga died, so that was pretty cool. Let's see who else didn't die. Shigaraki died, so that was
Gran Torino still kicking.
Gran Torino still died, but he didn't get involved in the final fight, so that was pretty tough.
He didn't die though.
He didn't die though. Yeah. But he didn't get involved, so he knew he kept his place. If he pulled up to the fight, yeah, he should have died. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't part of the final fight.
He should have died.
Should have died
Hawk's
earlier.
Still alive. Yeah. Like
Hawks is still alive, kind of. Yeah, he just has no quirk, and somehow his vestige is like getting bitches and his all for one and shit. It was an ending, and it played a role with all the characters involved, and if you watch season 7 of My Hero Academia, season 8 only continues that. And yeah, you know, even Bakugo got a couple moments in it as well. So very, very good. Very, very good ending.